welcome to Scotch Stews, Rants and Reviews. We've got some more wrestling stories. This one is going to be about fan interactions, negative fan interactions. So let me preface this with, in professional wrestling, and certainly in independent professional wrestling, wrestling fans are the lifeblood of what we do. We can't do anything without fans, not a single thing. However, sometimes interactions can be negative. So I'm going to tell 3 stories of negative fan interactions. And the first one I want to talk about is one where I was the negative one, where I messed up. All right, let's throw some shade at the Johnny Lyons wrestler. So it was a match for Discovery Wrestling. I believe it might have been the first one, actually. Myself and Andy Wild, the Wild Lions. So we're in the ring just after an entrance, waiting for the next opponents coming out, and at the corner of my eye, I just see a fan rush into the ring. Now, the first instinct of any wrestler is to beat the crap out of that fan. He could have a knife, he could be there to take you out, so you've got to react. So I see the shape in the ring, and I run at this whatever it is, and I reach my foot back, and I'm ready to kick in the face as hard as I possibly can. Just before my foot reaches the fan's face, Andy Wild grabs me in a waistlock, drags me away and pops me down. And it's at that point I look down and I see quite clearly that the fan has Down syndrome and doesn't know any better. So Andy's like, go on mate, come on then. Gives him a hug. I'm like, oh, alright mate, you right there pal, you okay? You know, feeling really embarrassed with the whole situation. We took some pictures with him, we gave him a hug, we made the crowd cheer for him. Andy's brilliant at this. Like, Andy Wild spotted it instantly. We were Johnny Lyons, just wanted to lay in a quick kick. So that was on me. I should have checked first maybe before I tried to lay the boot in. But Andy Wild certainly saved the day there. Next one I want to talk about is body hygiene, body odours, okay? So I'm not going to name where this was because I don't want to embarrass anybody. So if the actual fan that I'm talking about here sees us, I don't want anyone to be embarrassed. So I was doing pictures for a company, and a couple came over and they wanted a picture with me. I'm like, Johnny, can we get a picture of you? No worries. So the fan wants to hug me, you know, like big hug. And I don't know, man. I don't think they've used deodorant that day, that week, that month. God damn, it was bouffing. So I'm like, oh shit, this is bad. But I'm trying to be friendly. So the guy's got his camera on, he's like, right Johnny, pose. So I'm giving it a big flex, you know, holding my breath. The guy can't make the camera work. He's like saying to the woman, how'd you make this work? What button's a record button? I'm thinking, please God, just press the button. So I have to like let a little breaths of air in between my holding my breath. So I'm like, this trying not to inhale this flipping awful odour. So eventually take this picture. And I'm like, she moves away from me for a few seconds. I'm like, breath, sweet breath. Then she looks at the picture like, you've cut off Jody's head. Let's do another one. And I'm like, oh God. So she grabs me, almost like a headlock, and like my flipping head is right in her pit, the pit of death and destruction. And we did another picture. I remember getting backstage and I was like to the guys, I was like, fuck being a babyface. I want to be a bad guy again. And the last one I'm going to tell. So I was a heel in this situation. And I'll name this one. This was SWE. So coming out for a match. And this kid, I say kid, he's maybe 14, 15 years old. So old enough, no better, yeah. So I'm coming past him. Now, I wrestle bare chested, yeah. And my back's quite close to the barricade. And he slaps me as hard as he can in my back. Right, that stings, man. So I'm in obviously in character, and I'm a heel. So I turn around, I see it's like a 14, 15-year-old kid, and he's got this big grin on his face. So I'm thinking, man, I've got to try and get my intimidation factor back. So I get in his face, and I'm like, what are you gonna do, son? What are you gonna do? The usual stuff that you do, right? Thinking that'll intimidate the kid. He slaps me square in the face as hard as he can. So now I'm just raging. But what am I going to do? Like punch a 15-year-old kid in the face? You can't do that. So I kind of rage and I walk away. And then during the entirety of the match, every time, like I was thrown out to the outside, he's trying to get another slap on me or a kick in me and stuff. You know, where the hell's security? SWE, security, yeah. Doesn't exist. That's right, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist in most independent wrestling shows, to be fair. So I just avoided his corner. Stayed away from it. So I get backstage. Match went alright. I can't remember what the match was. But I'm raging about this fan. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, my God, that fan, man. So I'm undoing my wrestling boots. I've got one boot off. I'm undoing the second boot. And then this door swings open. And then there's the fan there, right? Bursts into the locker rooms. And he's got this big grin on his face. And he goes, you remember me, Johnny? And he goes to slap me in the face again. I fucking explode. I run in, take him down, boom. I get 2 hands on his throat and I start strangling him. And I'm going, motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker. 3 wrestlers want to peel me off him. So he gets up and he's like, I'm going to tell my dad on you. I was like, tell your fucking dad. I'll fucking fight your fucking dad. And I'm totally crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, Johnny Lyons was clocked out. Stu is in the back taking off Johnny Lyons' boots, and this guy comes to slap me in the face after what he did. A couple of weeks later, I'm on another SW show, and I go out, and there's the same kid in the audience. So let's see what happens here. And this time there's no barricade. The previous show was a barricade separating us. This time there's no barricades, and this show's a smaller show. I woke up, gives him the, what you gonna do, son? And he went, sat right back in his seat, and that was the end of that. Never lay your hands on a wrestler, guys. You wouldn't go and see Aladdin at the theatre and slap the bad guy. You know, you just wouldn't do it. So anyway, that's this week's Wrestle Stories. Hope you enjoyed the little insight into some crazy fan interactions.